says find in gradient intercept form the equation, so gradient intercept form, the equation of the line which passes through 3, 2, which they're calling A, and then B, which is 5, negative 1. So to do this, we first need to find the slope, or the gradient. And if you remember, this is one version of how we find slope. So you can mark either point to be point number 1. It doesn't really matter as long as we're consistent. I will call this one 1. So it's x1, y1, x2, y2. We plug it in over here. So our y2 is negative 1 minus our y1, which is 2. x2 is 5. x1 is 3. We simplify that. Negative 1, negative 2 is negative 3. 5 minus 3 is 2. And so this is our gradient, or our slope. Okay. Now we just pick one of the points that we were given. I'm going to pick A, and then we pick our slope, and we put it in slope, or point slope form, or point gradient form. So that's y minus y1 equals the slope, and then x minus x1, which is that. Now remember, gradient intercept form, or slope intercept form, or y equals mx plus b, is what we're looking for. So eventually we need to solve for y. So what we're going to do first, we're going to distribute. So we have negative 3 halves x plus 9 halves. And from there we're going to add 2 to both sides. On this side it's pretty straightforward, it's just y, and then we have negative 3 halves x. This we'll have to think of a little bit different. Let's see, let's get this color. We're going to think of the 2 as having a 2 on the bottom, so something equivalent would be 4 halves. I just think of this like 2 over 1, multiply the top by 2, multiply the bottom by 2, and I end up with 4 halves. So I want to add that to this, so we have 9 plus 4, which is 13 halves. And that is our y equals mx plus b. That's what they asked us for. And so that is our answer. Okay, we'll get some more room over here. And we're going to do number 5. Okay, so it says determine whether 2, negative 2 lies on the line with equation y equals negative x plus 1, and also determine whether 3, negative 1 lies on 3x minus 2y equals 11. There's a couple ways we could do this. I think the easiest is to plug in the x, plug in the y, and see if you have a true statement. So if I take this one, for example, if I plug in the y, which is negative 2, and I plug in the x, which is 2, but there's already a negative right there, plus 1, and if I simplify this, I get negative 2 equals negative 1. That is a false statement, and so the answer is no. Okay, now if we look at this other one, we can follow that same process. So I plug in 3 for x, and I plug in negative 1 for y. So we get 9 plus 2. Oh, sorry, that's 11. Okay. I copied that wrong from here to here. So that really is an 11. 9 plus 2 equals 11. So 11 equals 11. Since that is true, we come back up here and we say yes, that point lies on that line. So if we get a true statement, we say yes. If we get a false statement, we say no. Okay, moving on to number 6. It says find m given, so we want to find m given that -2, 3 lies on the line with the equation y equals mx plus 7. Okay, so we're going to do this pretty similar to the last one we just did, but this time we have an unknown, so there's going to be some more algebra. So what we want to do is we're going to plug it in. So we're going to end up with 3 equals m times -2 plus 7. And then we just want to solve for m. So we're going to subtract 7. That gives us -4. We multiply these together, -2m. Then we divide by -2. And so -4 divided by -2 is 2. And so our slope, or our gradient, in that case, is going to be 2. Okay, there's another one similar to this. So this is part B on number 6. And it says find k given 3 comma k, and then the equation is x plus 4y equals -9. And so once again, we're just going to substitute into this. So our x value is 3. Let's see, let's change colors. So it's 3 plus 4 times the y value, which in this case is a k. And then we have this equation. We just need to solve for k. So the next step is to subtract 3. And so we end up with 4k equals -12. And then we divide by 4. And we end up with k equals -3. And we're done with that one. And that's everything for this video. So calculator.